Alright, this is the St. Louis. This is a United States cruiser at Tier 3. If you're new to the game and you're still working your way up the lines at low tiers, and you like a very powerful ship for Tier 3, this is one of them. She is a battle wagon, and she's got a ton of armor, so she's very forgiving. You don't have to avoid certain situations when driving this ship. As you can see, she's got a ton of guns, and boy does she ever. She's an older ship, that's for sure, but there's a reason why people respect this ship. She's got 30,000 hit points. Most ships at this tier have a third of that, or two-thirds. But look at all these guns. 14 guns. That's insane. And 152 millimeter. And there's a bunch on one side, 2 centerline mounted, and the rest are on the outside of the ship in what's called barbettes. In battle, what this means is you don't have to pay much attention to where the enemies are. You can just point and shoot. It also has a ton of secondaries with a range of, I believe, 1 kilometer. But you will get that close. Speed is 22 knots, but that's buffed up. Rudder shift chime, 6 seconds, 6.4. That's really, really good. But what makes this ship so easy to drive is her armor. She does have AA, not much, only 8 30 caliber guns. Let's take a look at the armor. Let's filter out all these different things. There's the Citadel, and you can see it's very well situated below the water, and there's angled armor there. You've got 13 millimeters, 76 millimeters, and 51 millimeters. On top of that, you've got an additional 13 millimeters, 102 millimeters, 13 millimeters. Pretty nice. On top of that, you've got an additional 6 or 13 millimeters. And then you've got plating around that, 6 millimeters, and of course your Citadel is still 13, but that part's below the water. And your guns, that you can barely make out there, 6 millimeters. You're going to have some guns blown away playing this game, but that's okay, because you've got so many of them. For my captain skills, I've got ship survivability, fire extinguishing ability, repair ability, and extra hit points. You don't need turret rotation speed up on this ship, as you've got turrets pointed in every direction already. Under modules, I do have some upgrades. The engine, I'm pretty much stock, but I did get the fire control system upgrade, which upped my range to 10.4 kilometers from 9.5. I got the hull upgrade, which added quite a bit of stuff. Added 4 main turrets, added 8 AA guns. And then I also got some upgraded guns, made some changes there. For consumables, I went with the fire damage control system modification repair, which reduces the likelihood of fire, makes it easy to fix things. And I'm going to go ahead and go with damage control party 2, might as well. Probably don't need it with this ship. So, the St. Louis is a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and jump into battle. If all you want to do is just go charging into things and blow up stuff, this is one of those days. One of those ships. But if you want to play strategy, you can too. There we are on the mini-map. I'm going to go and head for B cap And I'm going to patrol outside of B cap and just snipe anybody who goes in there. Those are the enemies and the friends. B cap usually gets clogged up pretty thoroughly on this map. This is the Solomon Islands map. You're going to get to know this one well, because you'll be playing a lot of it. Guns, 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 guns everywhere. She's an old style of ship, you can tell by the hull, but God, she's a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and zip a little bit forward in the battle. And there's our first enemy. I knew it would be a destroyer, so I have high explosive loaded. Destroyers always show up first. Not very good shots. Let me try again. Alright, scored a hit, and there we go. Now we're getting zeroed in. Took out this engine, and I think, yeah, he's gone. Our destroyer laid down the smoke screen. I'm going to take advantage of that. Sorry about the frame rate skips. I don't see that when I'm actually in the battle, but on the replays I sure get it. Oh dear. Just lost one of our guys. So I think there's a ship inside that smoke screen, so I'm just going to spray fire. Maybe I'll get lucky. And what you're going to see me doing on the mini-map is I'm just going to start circling. Makes it harder for the enemy to hit you when you're circling. And you've always got guns pointed in the direction of just about everybody else. I think that's an Emden. That's a very capable ship. And I am scoring a little bit on him. I could probably get a lot closer if I wanted to, but I tend to be a little cautious. So I'm still on high explosive, and when the enemy is nose on to you or stern on to you, that's definitely the type of ammunition to use. Oh, there's another person who's broadside to me. That's stupid. I probably should have switched to high explosive, and I'm sure that salvo would have killed him. I didn't get credit for that kill. Wish I had. Still working on this other ship. Still, he's angled towards me, so I gotta stick with high explosive. I can put him on fire and burn him down. There, he's on fire. He can't put that out. I'm sure he used his fire extinguishing consumable already. So he's just going to burn to death. Be careful when you use that fire extinguishing consumable. Now, I took a shot at this guy, but I didn't notice his smokestacks. He's going backwards. By the time I get my second shots off, I've noticed. Oh, two guys together? When you've got two guys mushed together like that, you can't miss. You can't miss. So take advantage of it. But they separate. And I'm going to go ahead and work on this guy who's a little bit closer. We've got A cap and we got C cap. And it looks like all four of the enemy ships are pushing into B. And it's just me and one other guy trying to hold down this cap now. We're not going to be able to do it. 4 versus 2? No, can't do it. He's still reasonably well angled. I can't believe nobody's shooting at me. I can't believe I've gone this far and nobody has landed one shot. You see in the team chat, I call help at B. When it's 4 against 2. Actually 4 against 1, because it looks like one of our cruisers is bugging out for C. So now these ships are aiming at me, and you can see the shells coming down and splashing around me. So I am going to start getting on my rudder again, because I know these guys are going to start looking at me, and they are. I just took a hit. And this guy's burning down. He cannot put that fire out. So I'm just going to start going in a circle, make it hard for the enemy to hit me. If I had a typical ship where all the guns were on center line turrets, I'd have to wait for those guns to rotate 180 degrees for me to go flying in circles. But with this ship, you've got guns pointed in every direction. Doesn't matter. So I've gone ahead and set him on fire. I am taking damage. I've lost about 1/5 of my health. I wish I had torpedoes, because all of the enemy ships are driving in a straight line, which means they can bring all their guns to bear on me, unless any of them are St. Louis. Then they can still bring 7 or 9 guns. So he put the fire out, so if I set him on fire again, he can't put it out. There. Now he's on fire. He can't put it out, he's gonna burn down. Unless somebody... Oh, alright. So who's next? Oh, this guy crashed into a sinking hulk. Anytime you see an enemy ship stopped, they're real easy to hit. Oh, I just noticed the minimap. This guy's charging me. He's coming straight at me. So I'm not going to let him ram me. Now in a moment, he's going to start turning into me. And I am going to start turning around him. This is the circle of death. This will happen to you many times in this game, where 2 ships are circling around each other, shooting at each other. Kind of hard to know who's going to win those. It boils down to a few different things. But I'm sure I've got this guy beat on firepower. He's gone. Alright, that leaves just 1 enemy left. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I think he's gonna ram one of our guys. I'm gonna hold fire. Maybe 1. Yeah, just 1 at the tail. See, I don't want to hit one of our ships. Ooh, that was close. If I hit one of our guys, it's a pretty strong penalty. But our guy is clear now, so I can go ahead and unload on this guy. He is the last of the enemy ships. Can I set him on fire? No. Well, he's gone around the edge. And he burned down. Somebody got him. It wasn't me, or you'd have seen a ribbon. So the Tier 3 St. Louis is an awful lot of fun. Take a look at your shots, see how many penetrated, how many didn't. That'll give you an idea if you're making the right ammo selections. Had a bunch of incapacitations, sunk 3. All in all, not a bad game for the St. Louis. Took first place, that's always nice, to be in the top 5. And then you can take a look at your detailed reports, get an idea of how you're performing. Most of you are very familiar with this now. And then, of course, get to see how much silver you made. Potential damage 480,300. That's how much I dodged. And then silver, I made 65,524. Not bad at all. That is the St. Louis. She's an awful lot of fun, very forgiving, got a metric ton of armor and a metric ton of guns. So, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have fun.